Hello, and welcome to The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky, my next, I wanted to say flagship LP. It's like, yeah, I mean, I guess it is that. It is a flagship, my flagship project. Welcome to Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky, the beginning of what has become one of my favorite series ever. And has very quickly become one of my very favorite series ever. I think I played this game for the first time. It's either late 2018 or early 2019. And then I've kind of marathoned through the whole series since then. And I want to showcase 100% playthroughs of all of them, of every game in the series. 9 so far in, I think game 10 comes out like 2 days from when I'm recording this or something, or 3 days or something. In Japan, anyway, not in the US yet. But anyway, I've rambled on enough for the beginning here. Let's start a new game. And we're just gonna play on normal. I'm not trying to showcase difficulty or anything. I just wanna play the game. This is Estelle. Estelle is our main character. There's no voice acting, but I'm not gonna really try to do voices for every character or anything. I don't think you're about to give her clothes or jewelry. Oh. This is, Yep, that's the sentence. You can't just give somebody a human being, and I know you're doing this as a joke, Cassius, but illegitimate child. Interesting. And you've just kidnapped him, then? Good morning, although I think it's evening. Ooh. Estelle is gonna Cassius brought this kid home to heal, and Estelle is gonna murder him before he has a chance to. Yeah. I love the localization of this game. I'll talk about it a lot more, but it's so good. Oh, it didn't tell us his name. I kind of was expecting a bubble to pop up on the fade out to say his name, but we'll find it out very, very soon. We've got a little opening cutscene here first, though, a little intro. Cool intro. Don't know what any of it means yet, or most of it means, but. You'll notice it's been a little bit. Estelle looks a bit older. That little intro cutscene was a time jump. 5 years later, about. And there's the boy's name. So something I've noticed during my practice run, the text boxes for each character kind of fill at a different speed. And I don't know if that's an intentional thing. I like to imagine it's the speed that the character is saying the line. But it very much may not be an intentional thing. But I'd like to believe it was. I'm going to compliment this localization for the entire game. So just bear with me when I am. Has a fetish for sports shoes. I mean, your plate's cleared too, Josh. Estelle. Papa is sad. Yeah, I mean, she's got a point there, Cassius. Oh boy. Okay. We can do that, probably. Thanks for the cash. Mira's cash in this game. In this universe, in this world, on this continent. Before we move on, we can run around and look around the house. First, let's chat with Cassius. Gotta stay home and do... Does he say anything else? Yeah, here we go. He's just telling me. Yeah, we can explore the Bright family house. This is Cassius's... I guess it's his room as well as his office. I didn't realize. And this is a little back door. And then they've got an upstairs, which are where Joshua... This is Estelle's room. Oh, we can rest in her bed if we need to heal. I absolutely didn't need to heal. But, you know, whatever. We healed. And this would be Joshua's room. You can tell he's a bit more organized. We can also rest in his bed. I absolutely did not need to do this, but I'm doing it anyway. And then out here's where the harmonica was being played earlier. And that's really the Bright family house. There's not much to it. It's a nice little area, little pond out back. Here's our menu system. Our status, you can look at Estelle Bright's stats and level and equipment, and same with Joshua's. They both go as Bright now. Equipment, you can change equipment. Orbment, we'll get to, we'll explain that. Items that we have only have a map of the Liberal Kingdom, which is where this takes place, and we are here in the Rolent region at the Bright family house, which is marked on this map. That's fun. But that's literally the only item we have right now. Tactics menu, we actually want to change the battle position for these two, because they're both physical attackers right now. They both kind of work as mixed in combat, like mixed magic and physical attackers. So you can build them out as either, but putting them at the front of the party will help, at the front of the grid will help with upcoming battles. S-Break we'll learn about later. Options, we got a bunch of options we can change. Retry offset, the biggest one I changed is retry offset. Basically, if you lose to enemies after a certain number of retries, the enemies will become weaker. I'm going to keep it off, because I don't think I'll need that. And yeah. Another thing that I'm going to mention real fast before we move forward is this game originally came out in 2004, I believe. And can be kind of slow in terms of like how it plays, like once we get to combat and stuff. The Steam release added turbo mode. So I'm playing on a PS4 controller. By holding down the trigger, I have turbo mode set to. It like doubles, maybe triples the speed of movement and stuff. I'm going to be using turbo mode a lot in this, mostly in battles, but when I'm also like traveling big distances that we've already seen, I'll be using turbo mode. So some things may be like super fast, other things may be like normal speed. But we will get to that when we get to it. For now, let's head to town in the guild on the Elise Highway. I don't need to be speeding right now. We haven't seen the Elise Highway yet. If you look, we have a little mini map, and we can open up a bigger map that kind of shows which ways to which. We're going to Rolent, because that's where town is, so we can also look at these signs. North Rolent, South Gurren Gate, and also there's a nice little Bright Family Home sign that looks like Cassius probably put up on his own. But we're going northeast to Rolent. We did. It was, I mean, it's right down the road. It's not really that hard to get here, Josh. I'm also referring to him as Josh, but mostly I don't think they ever refer to him as Josh in the game. It's always Joshua. Alright, before we do that, I'm going to praise the localization a bit. A big thing with the Trails series, specifically Sky and Crossbell, is that all of the characters have, like, personalities and names. This is Elgar's Arms and Guards. We're also going to explore the town before we go. This is Elgar's Arms and Guards. It's the, like, weapon shop in town. But you can talk to Elgar, and Elgar has a name and a relationship with Estelle and Joshua, because Estelle and Joshua have been living here forever. And Rolent's obviously not the only town that we're going to be in this game, but while we're in Rolent, I'm going to talk to every NPC in the town before we continue on with the actual story stuff. Everyone's gonna be like, hey, shouldn't you guys be getting over to the guild? Because they all know what these guys do. But like every NPC, I believe almost every NPC in this game, if I think it's actually like every town NPC in this game has a name. It's not just like shopkeeper or anything. It's just like, this is Stella, who seems to dote on Estelle a bit. Estelle's a bit of a sneakerhead. Also, something that I forgot to do much earlier is save. You can save and load and erase from at any point in the game. Don't look at those. Those are my practice run stuff. You have 100 pages of save files on the Steam version. And that's great. We actually are supposed to be chatting with Mr. Renan here because because he sells the liberal news. I have it in around noon, so we don't have it yet. Yeah, we'll pop on by Renan. And his wife up here, or mother? I don't know. She seems a little older than him, but actually come out on his little porch. It doesn't really do anything, but it's a nice touch. What else? On the map, you'll also notice there's a bunch of different colors. There's a little key in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen that explains what every color means. Except the dark blue. The dark blue means you can walk under something in that area. We've explored those two shops. Let's go into the Orbal factory. We'll get a bigger explanation of what the Orbal factory is very soon. But just want to get all the little dialogue here, chat with everyone. All the little flavor text. The series is also really good with world building. It's also really good with world building, and all of this like NPC dialogue is very it's very good for enhancing that. Alright. That's what we got in the factory right now. Now we're up behind it. Let's chat with Ellie over here. Not a ton of the NPC dialogue is necessarily interesting, but I really like that so much like love was put into it. I'm fairly certain the localization for this and its two sequels was all done by like a handful of people. Ooh, we're getting a little Cassius backstory. That's cool. Got this house. We're just gonna barge into every house and apartment, I guess, here. So we get to learn a little bit more about the region of Rolent in the Kingdom of Liberal. Something called Septium. Oh, wow. I'd be a little nervous about him not coming home from days at a time. They have a little porch. Because as we'll see in a bit, the Mulgabine's not too far from here. Okay. So that's that. Can't go you can't go this way yet. Because Joshua will stop us because we're running away from our training. But we've got some more houses to explore. Hi there. Oh no! That's terrible. Did you lose? Is it this book, dude? Is it the book that's the book you're missing? Is it the one that's open on your bed? Huh? Also, this is not a house. This is a library, basically. Look at this. All right. Interesting. There's a boy who ran off. Alrighty. Hey there, did I talk to you? Nope. Hi, Claire. Oh, okay. Could be in the tabloids. Yeah, we're brother and sister. It's, Oh, Claire. How old are you, Claire? You're a child. We'll head on into the Abend bar for a minute. Just to chat with everyone, who's hanging out in it. Alyssa here. Where's the Lisa? I don't know. It's one of them. But she seems to be about our age. She went to Sunday school with us. In lieu of like an actual like elementary education, everyone on Zemuria, which is the continent we live on, attends Sunday school held by the church. We'll learn about the whole shopping and stuff at bars and restaurants later. We just want to chat with Faulkner for right now. And you know what? Let's sneak behind the counter and see. Yeah, there's a chef back here. Wholesome pasta for breakfast. That's, I mean, certainly something. Nice. All right. So I think that's most of that's all of the like shops and stuff. Except, oh, here's some boys running around. Hey guys, Pat. So Pat's chasing Luke. Oh, and we just stopped them in their tracks. He caught you, Luke, because I stopped you. Okay, what else? Did it just give me an exclamation point for something? I must have just passed the boys. Let's hop into the clock tower. Mr. Paddington, you're not a bear. Cassius's naughty daughter and clever son. Thanks, dude. That's nice. I thought you might say something else. Can we go up? Nah. No observation deck. Oh, I guess we are going up to the observation deck. Never mind. Cool. You can just kind of see a higher view of Liberal, or of Rolent. Which is part of Liberal. I guess it technically wasn't wrong. Okay. We've also got the Hotel Rolent. Can talk to Mr. Verne here. Hotels are good. You can actually rest at hotels if you want. This one's not worth it because it's 20 mira to rest here when you could just go and rest at your house. Or another spot we'll get soon. But I'll talk about that one when we get it. I'm just running around to see if anyone's staying at the hotel right now. It looks like no one is, or if they are, they aren't in their rooms. And then we have the church here, the Septian Church, the Rolent Chapel. We've got Father Divine here. A very on-the-nose name for a priest. And Mylene here. I believe she's the mayor's wife? I could be wrong on that, but Sister May over here. And there's no one up here, but it was worth a look. Yeah, and that's all for the Rolent Chapel. We can actually go this way to the mayor's residence and say hey to everyone who's over here. Like Lita, the maid. And I'm just going to peek in the mayor's office, because if he's not in his office, then he's not here. But he is. Hey, Mayor Klaus. Alright. There may be a couple other NPCs I missed that I'm going to do a quick sweep for. In this general direction. But, see... Oh, yeah, you. Hey there, Uni. Interesting. And that's it. For, those are all the NPCs. Except... Oh, except this guy. Also not... I wasn't right. Also, go... I can scare the birds. Go away, birds. I wasn't right, because we also can go this way to the landing port. It's the airport, basically. Because Liberal has an industry of airships, and Alan's... Yeah. I'm gonna leave you alone, Alan. There's a guy down there we'll talk to. We got Skip over here. And is there anything in this? Nope, nothing over there. Also, wait, I just could look at this. Cool. And over here is Fabri. Yeah, that's it. So that's Rolent, except for the Rolent branch of the Bracer Guild. So let's actually continue with the story of the game and head in. Hi, Ina. So get ready for some tutorial stuff, because that's going to be what's going on for a little bit. But this is Scarazard. It also might be Sherazard. I'm going with Scara. That's just kind of how I've always said it. That's the thing with games that don't have voice acting. You don't know how to pronounce them, and it's possible that her name is said in a future game that does have voice acting, but I don't remember what the pronunciation there was, so I'm going with Scara. Wonderful. Oh boy. Let it get dribble out your ears. You're not helping the situation here, Josh. This dex block started good and then didn't. Interesting. Okay, so in order to continue, you really just have to read one of these, or like click through one of these. To give you guys a sense of the world, I'm going to read them all. Orbments are mechanical devices which operate by using what is known as Orbal energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and the type of quartz or processed septium installed. Although it's only been about 50 years since their invention, these devices play an integral role in all facets of life, from lights, heaters, and other everyday products to weapons, magic, and even airships. Basically, it's like a magic electricity. In connection, this technological reform is commonly known as the Orbal Revolution. Let's learn about bracers. Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods. The Bracer Guild, which has established branches across the continent, manages the affairs of the bracers in each region. And then Liberl. The Kingdom of Liberl, in which we live, sits on the western half of the Zemurian continent and abounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions. Also, side note, when we mention Zemuria, I might also say Zemuria, because that's how I read it, but the canon pronunciation is Zemuria. So I'm trying to stick to that. Liberl is proud to be one of the leading producers of septium on the continent and is known for its high level of technology used to develop orbments. Orbment technology has also been a key pillar of support for Liberl in protecting its independence, as it is contended with neighboring nations. 10 years ago, when Liberl was invaded by the Erebonian Empire, it was the use of Orbal-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now, our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive, but thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Liberl enjoys peace. And that's it. So that's a quick little background on the world and the country that we are in. Practical portion of the training. Interesting. Ooh. Yeah, Estelle is much more of a hands-on learner than a book learner. What are we getting? Oh, cool. Perfect explanations of their personalities right here. So this is how you get your jobs, or mostly your side quests of the game. You click on the board gives you the job, you can take the job and confirm its details, tells you what to do. This one is, this training will involve searching the sewers beneath Rolent and bringing back the contents of a chest. See Scarazard for details. Yeah, so now that we read that, and I'll show it off when I regain control, we can access the Bracer Notebook, and the Bracer Notebook keeps track of your quests and a bunch of other stuff, but you'll mostly look at it to verify quest stuff. Well, I mostly look at it to verify quest stuff. There's a couple other things that are in it that I will show off when I get control again. Alright, so we're at the Orbal factory now. Art, the equivalent of arts is magic. Arts are this game's magic, I should say. And now let's learn about all this stuff. More reading for me. Yay. I was going to do a voice, but I'm not going to. Orbments are mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects through the installation of various types of quartz. By definition, that means that lights, airship engines, and so on are also types of orbments. However, the ones we will be discussing today are battle orbments, which enhance the user's physical abilities and make it possible to use magic. Since each orbment is adjusted to match the owner's personal aptitude, the structures for the devices also differ for each owner. We'll get into it, but simply put, the shape of the fixed elemental slots and lines which connect them vary. At any rate, that's the layman's explanation. In order to install quartz, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots must be opened at an Orbal factory like this. It'll take a fair amount of sepith too. EP, which is needed for magic, will also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. I recommend opening them all as soon as possible. I don't remember what EP stands for, but it's basically your MP of the game. Let's talk about Orbal arts. Simply put, Orbal arts are magic which can be discharged Orbal arts are magic which can be discharged exclusively through the use of battle orbments. In other words, a number of peculiar effects can be produced by using the Orbal energy stored within these mechanical devices. Since Orbal arts can be a mouthful, they are almost universally referred to as arts. Probably ought to have called them that from the get-go. There are several types of arts, but in order to be able to use them, their corresponding quartz must first be synthesized at an Orbal factory. Or found in the world. Orbments are also set up so that once a particular quartz is installed into a slot, the owner will be able to use those arts. The type of arts one can use also changes depending on the elemental value and the combination of installed quartz. Basically, if you want to use water arts, all you have to do is install quartz with a water elemental value. In reality, orbments are much more complex than what I have described, but I think this information should suffice for now. So we gotta learn about quartz. Quartz are circuits made from sepith. Quartz have a vast number of effects and raise the owner's abilities, while simultaneously making it possible for them to use arts. However, you will not be able to harness any of these effects until quartz has been installed into a slot. However, there are also fixed slots in which only a certain type of elemental quartz can be installed. That being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, be sure to check your orbment and decide where you will be installing it ahead of time. So that's quartz, and sepith is the last thing. Sepith are fragments of septium which are dropped by monsters. They're divided into 7 types: earth, brown, water, blue, fire, red, wind, green, time, black, space, gold, and mirage, silver. Sepith can be exchanged for Mira almost anywhere, but at an Orbal factory, it can be used to synthesize quartz and to open up orbment slots in which to install the synthesized quartz. And that's all of that. I'm gonna take a sip of water while everyone keeps talking. Oh, cool. Thanks, Scarra. We didn't have to even fight any monsters. Yeah. So real quick, we'll take a look at our orbments before we do anything. Right now, Estelle has a bunch of sealed, or has 1 open and 5 sealed slots. There's 6 slots in an orbment. All of Estelle's you can put any type of quartz in, but Joshua has some slots that are only specifically able to use time quartz. His central slot, and then this slot here. can only use time quartz on. The central slot, you'll notice, is linked to every line, but there's multiple lines in an Orbment. And based on the combination of quartz in the line, it gives you different spells you can use. So Joshua has one line that is just the time quartz that is his center, and this one here, and another line that is his center slot, and these other 4 slots. Estelle has also 2 lines, one that is the center slot in these 3, and one that is the center slot in these 2. And you can see they're kind of, on the diagram on the right, they're kind of lined out a bit. And it's the same with Joshua, as you can see how they're different. So now, in order to actually use it, we need to talk to Freddy. Melders just does the work. Melders just stands there, really. Freddy does all of the actual work. So we have 20 of each Sepith. Something I'm going to do is get one of each of these that are available. Part of the completion I'm going for is Steam achievements. And there's a Steam achievement for owning at least one of every type of quartz in the game. So when new quartz become available to me, I'm going to probably be trying to get them from the factories. So we have one of each now. Also, I should note, there's the option for slot is how you open up other quartz slots, but can't do any of that yet. I keep hitting triangle. We'll look at that soon. But right now, we're going to equip some of these quartz. Estelle, I'm going to give HP 1 because that gives us Tear, and Tear is a healing spell. You can kind of build Estelle and Joshua however you want. They're both mixed attackers, like I said. I think Joshua... I tend to build Joshua more physically and Estelle a little more magically. And I tend to use Estelle as a designated backup healer. She's not the main healer I'll use, but she's like a secondary healer, and Estelle's always in your party. So I always make sure that I have a healer in my party. Joshua, we have to set him up with action +1. Because that's the only thing that'll fit in the slot. It's the only time quartz we have, and we have access to, and it's the only slot he has open currently. So now that that's set, also real quick, I mentioned that I was going to look at this. This is the Bracer Notebook. Here in the Rolent section, it's our quest list for Rolent. In the memo section, it's kind of a breakdown of everything, of a bunch of tutorials and stuff. We can look at Magic 1. It tells you what is required to learn a bunch of different spells and what the effect is and what the range is and all that for all of these in a bunch of different types. And then quartz is a list of quartz that are available throughout the game and the effects that they have when you set them in your Orbment. And then these are some tutorials about Orbments and tutorials about magic setup. I think I'll look at everything else later. But yeah. Now we can talk to Scara and be like, we did it. Cool, yeah. Yeah, I know what I'm doing, Scara, kind of. The more I say Scara, the more I think it's Shara. Sherazard. I'm gonna bounce back and forth. Yeah, so the she's telling us to look at the bits of the Bracer Notebook I just showed off. And I didn't know that until I played the 4th game in the series. I didn't realize that was in the notebook. But yeah, she's gonna give us a whole bunch more Sepith, I believe. Yeah. And so my general playing casually in my general play style is attempt to open up every character's slots as early as possible. For this, I'm going to open up Estelle's second slot. We'll be able to give her a second quartz now. Right here. And I'm going to go ahead and give her defense 1. And she'll get Stone Hammer, another offensive magic spell. And that's where I'm at with them so far. All right. It hasn't even been an hour, Estelle. All right. Estelle. Estelle. Oh, boy. Joshua, you're probably fine. I think if anything, Estelle will have to stay back another grade. Thank you. Tier bombs. The monster guide is useful because it tracks, monsters. And tier bombs are the potions of this game, basically. Does the same thing as tier. And now we're in the sewer. Also, Estelle's EP is low because I opened up her slot and she got a bonus. This is the monster guide. We haven't seen any monsters yet, so it's blank. There's no achievement to completely filling out the monster guide. We also can't technically get all the information in the monster guide on a non-New Game Plus run. Also, I'm saying that I don't even remember if there is a New Game Plus in this game. Anyway, let's go forward. Let's take a right down here. There's a recovery point. Yeah. So basically, this is, for the prologue here, this is the best healing station that you can get. Because it's closer than your house, and it's free. It's just a free heal. Also, while I'm here, save a lot more often than I am. Save almost obsessively. Please, I beg of you. Anyway, there's a little thing in the corner of in the north corner of our screen. We should maybe go say hi. So we have the first of a couple tutorial battles here. That, the bar on the left-hand side, it shows the order of people attacking. And the way the battle system here is set up is it's grid-based. So Estelle, with attack, which is what we're doing. Yeah. I'm gonna let the game explain it. So what it's saying is, this dirty rat, I can walk up to it and attack it. This dirty rat, I can't. But if I say to attack it, I'll walk up as close as I can get to it, where the arrow's pointing. But we'll hit this one for a nice 54 damage. Josh can hit this one, but not the other one. So Joshua's gonna come finish this one off for us. And you can probably tell at this point, the battle system's a little slow. Most of my use of turbo, I'm gonna do this one completely like this, completely random at regular speed. But most of my use of turbo is gonna be in these in battles, because battles are fairly slow otherwise.
That's that then. Let's move out.
The only real voice clips of characters are when you win battles. When you win a battle, you'll notice we got experience and we're getting Sepith. Notice we're not getting Mira. We're not getting money. Oh, and then item drops too. But we're not getting money. Looks like we got another tutorial battle right here. Yeah, so these monsters here, they are called... Oh, well, first we're gonna get this. Yeah. These guys are moth clusters. It's real hard to hit them with anything except magic or arts. So Estelle's gonna go ahead and use a stone hammer on this moth cluster. And Joshua is gonna show off Soul Blur on this moth cluster. And they aren't fighting back because it's a tutorial fight. Oh, and I inflicted a status effect on them, but I also severely overkilled them, so it didn't matter.
Piece of cake.
Great. Because we used EP there, I am going to turbo back over to this and heal up. I don't think I really need to, but I like to be at full health when I can be at full health. Okay. And look, there's another one of these dirty rats. Yeah, so crafts are a third way of attacking. Every character has unique crafts. Yeah, see, character specific, can do effects. Using it is using them takes CP. You gain CP by doing damage or by taking damage. And there's a special craft that every character has called an S craft, which once you get 100 or 200 CP, you can use them to basically usually deal a ton of damage, but sometimes there's like buff effects. I generally wait and save up my CP for S crafts, but because I'm doing a Let's Play, I'm gonna use everyone's craft at least one, or every single one of every character's regular crafts at least once. If I could speak, that would be helpful. Estelle has morale here. It looks like she can only cast it on herself, and it hits everybody on the allies team in this circle. It's a strength up, I think it said, so it's a buff. Yeah, get a nice little strength up. And then Joshua right now has dual strike, which is basically just 2 hits. So yeah, instant kill on that dirty rat. Oh, and now they're hitting back. Not the biggest fan of that, but I'm gonna go ahead and use turbo like I would in a regular fight now. Ow, now that they're doing a lot of damage to us.
Alright, we're good to go.
But that was the last tutorial battle. Also, was that a preemptive strike? I'm gonna run back to the healing thing again. It should have been a preemptive strike. We walked into the back of them. I think it was briefly mentioned, but If you walk into the back of an enemy, you get a preemptive strike. If they walk into the back of you, they get a surprise attack. If you guys walk into each other head on, it's just a normal fight. Preemptive strike means you get a couple turns before them. Regular is just a regular fight. I usually go first anyway. And then if it's a surprise attack, you get hit before you get to attack. I know there's a chest here. Found a reviving bomb. If someone goes down, this will pick you up. It's a Phoenix down. And a very special thing that the Trails in the Sky games do with chests is that after you open a chest, you can check it again and get a chest message. There is a Steam achievement for checking every chest twice. I've left myself multiple notes. I'm gonna do my best in order to get them all, but I very well may miss one. If you want the Steam achievement, check every chest twice. You need to check every chest twice for the Steam achievement. Also, all of these chest messages are unique to the chest that you opened. So this chest is empty because of you. Nice work, hero. Is this specific chest's chest message? We'll get another one for a different chest. Looks like we might have one more tutorial battle, but it might just be a standard battle. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is going to talk about S-Crass or S-Brakes. So what we're going to have to do now... So the whole thing it was explained with S-Brakes. So here's a hit. And now... Yeah. Basically, when you have 100 CP, you can use an S-Brake to use it at any time. And that's what that little bobble means. I don't have a brake button, but I can, because I'm using a PS4 controller. But if you see, I'm now selected over it. I can click it. And now Estelle's turn was over. She's not supposed to be going again right now. But the S-Brake kind of makes her cut in line and makes her immediately go next. And she's going to unleash on this dirty rat.
Here I come.
So yeah, Estelle's first S-craft is Pummel, that one. Both Estelle and Joshua's do the same thing right now. It's just a strong attack on one enemy. We're about to see Joshua's. Joshua's a Sever. And they're down.
That's that then. Let's move out.
I tend to save S-crafts for stronger enemies or bosses, but the game wanted me to show them off, so I'm showing them off. I'm going to do a final save real fast. I also recommend, if you notice how I'm saving, rotating saves. I'm very guilty for not rotating saves when I'm playing casually. I usually only keep one save file when I play an RPG casually. Rotate your saves. Because if you miss something, there's going to be a lot of points of no return when you can't go back and get something. So having rotating saves, if you're trying to 100% or get everything that you can get, is a very good way to ensure that you do that. But now, it seems like an important treasure chest there. Oh yeah, we haven't seen these yet. But you'll notice now there are bonuses on the battle order there. The red, yeah, it says right here, the 10 is a healed 10% HP, the diamond is a Sepith up. So right now my bonus is Sepith up. I want to hit somebody then on this turn, because then they'll drop more Sepith. And Josh, I'm going to start going ahead and soul blurring these moth clusters. because I want him to die. Great. And now Josh can attack. Who is it? The dirty rat that I've hurt? It's not the dirty rat that I've hurt, that it's getting the 10 heal. So it doesn't matter, but that dirty rat's going to go down. I'll let Estelle take care of this one with Aqua Bleed. We haven't seen Aqua Bleed yet. This is Aqua Bleed. And it looks like I'm going to make Estelle heal next turn. She's not like too damaged. We could probably get through the rest of this with it without her healing, but we haven't seen Tyr yet, so we'll have her heal. Also, something I should note, I didn't know about this on my first playthrough until I think it was like actually the final boss, but you can turn the camera in fights. I generally won't, unless there's a giant enemy that is blocking my view of everything, but you can if you want. And I have my setting set so it's a 45-degree rotate. I think you can set it to free rotate too, but this works for me. That one really doesn't want to come fight us, so let's drop a rock on it. Well, Joshua's going to start to run over to it, but Estelle's going to drop the rock faster. It looks like Joshua will finish it off. For some extra Sepith too, because it was a Sepith up turn.
Alright, we're good to go.
There's a couple other battle effects that you can get, but those are the ones that they gave us for now. So, and we're a little under halfway to level 4, but that's alright. Now we can open up the chest. Get 2 small boxes. Yeah, but it also could lose the mission for you, Estelle. I would say, yeah, I'm with Josh on this one. Joshua's got it. Joshua's got the right idea here. And now we gotta get back out of the sewers. I think I looked at it already, but you can tell this door is locked, or rusted and locked, so we can't go through there. And we can just kind of, I mean, we're done, so the only way out of the sewer is the way we came. I am going to use the Orbment charging station, and I'm turboing through it so the screen goes by faster. Before we go out, I'm going to save, because I'm going to obsessively save. And let's head on up. Oh, no, wait! I didn't check the chest twice! We'll be going back to the sewers a good amount, so I'm going to leave myself a quick note to check the sewer chest again. Also, I think that chest is a little glitched, that it doesn't actually count towards the achievement, but anyway. Sweet. All right. Back to the guild. Yeah, let's do it. So if we go over to Aina, we can talk to her. That doesn't matter. Also, I should note, and I think I can actually show off skills now. Yeah, skills are our crafts. Battle order. Oh, these are a bunch of the things that happen with bonus icons. In this, when you've finished a mission, it says status finished, and there's a little exclamation point next to the job title in the book. And also, if we were to go look at The bolt. Oh, I can't look at the bulletin board. I'll show that off later. Let's report the mission, or the job. We got 500 Mira and 1 BP. BP stands for Bracer Point. It's basically going to be our measure for completion. There's a max number of Bracer Points you can get. We want to get all of them. Yeah, basically what Ina's explaining is that there are some, and I would probably say most jobs that have kind of side objectives, for lack of a better term. Sometimes it's just picking the right choice out of a couple choices. But there are basically side objectives that will gain you more BP and potentially more Mira. Yeah, here we go. She's explaining it. In order to get all the BP, you have to do everything a certain way, and in this playthrough, I will be noting when there's a decision you have to make that alters your BP. Oh boy. We're just gonna politely glide past what Joshua just said about the whip, by the way. Like we're not gonna address that right now. Oh boy. It's the Junior Bracer emblem. I can't say words. We did it. We're bracers now. Oh boy. It's funny, and I might be spoiling something like very minor here, but during the flashback at the beginning of the game, Scarrow is actually doing her junior bracer training because they mentioned that she's not around. Because Estelle mentioned she's not around, she was doing her junior bracer training. I mean, yeah, Estelle definitely has a very specific view of her father. Everyone has a very specific view of their parent. It would make sense that the world around would have a different view. All right. So, first, let's talk to this guy. Hi, Ridge. Ridge is another bracer at this place. Oh, wow. I didn't realize we were the youngest ever to pass the bracer exam. Thanks, Ridge. And, you know, let's just take a shot at Ina while we're here. Cool. And it's not gonna be like this for every part, but for now, this is a good stopping point. So I'm gonna say thank you all for watching. And like I said, it's not gonna be like this. Some parts are just gonna bleed into the others without me having an actual outro. But thank you all for watching. And next time we'll go home. And I'll see you then.